Hey guys, this is Demon Duo What If's here, and today we're going to be doing the video What If Tanjiro Was the Avatar. So, let's get right into the video. Tanjiro sits on the floor, surrounded by his fellow monks, meditating peacefully. Alright guys, our meditation is done. The master of the most prestigious airbending clan, Natsuma, looks down happily at Tanjiro. You have been doing so good ever since you have left here. He smiles at Tanjiro and pats his head. If you continue to do good, soon I will have no other choice but to teach you my advanced airbending technique. Tanjiro's eyes widened upon hearing this news. Really? You'll really teach me your technique, master? Nasima just smiles in response. The sun starts to dim, and Nasima calls out, "It's chow time!" His faithful students rush to set the tables. Tanjiro takes a seat next to his friend Ren. I wonder what we will be eating today, his friend calls out. Suddenly, Tanjiro's eyes fixates on the pork that is being carried out. His mouth can't help but water. This day could not possibly be better. He thinks to himself, and that's when everything changed forever. Tanjiro stared intently as the pork was being carried towards him. Tanjiro's mouth began to drool, staring at the meat, when some blood from the fresh pork started to trickle down. The dark crimson blood slipped down to the meat and fell towards the floor. And suddenly, everything went quiet, where the only sound that was heard was the splash of the blood on the floor. The door slammed open, revealing a dark figure. Who the f- Blood. Blood was the only thing Tanjiro could see. Tanjiro wipes away his eyes and sees Ren's decapitated head fall to the floor. Tanjiro screams out and looks around. All of his friends are dead on the floor. Tanjiro suddenly feels a sharp pain and grabs his neck. He feels an extremely wet substance. He pulled back his hand and realized that it was now covered in extremely dark blood. Nasima! Tanjiro calls out with his whole heart. Help me! Suddenly, all the doors burst open. Nasima walks into the building, his eyes glowing blue, and an arrow appeared on his head. Nasima looks at the carnage causes, seeing all of his students but one brutally murdered, with blood teaching every crevice of the room. Who did this? Nasima solemnly asked. But then suddenly, a demon charges at him full speed. Nasima barely reacts in time, blocking with his arms, leaving bloody scratch marks all over his forearms. Oh, Nasima, the demon says pridefully. After all this time, are these really the best students you could produce? Tanjiro looks up at Nasima pleadingly, but then realizes that it was over. Nasima began to quiver, his eyes tearing up and his lip trembling. Muzan, Nasima calls out. Yes, boy, it is me. Nasima breaks out in tears. Tanjiro, run! Muzan glared at Tanjiro, daring him to move. Tanjiro quivers with fear. Nasima blitzed in front of Tanjiro, guarding him. Go! Tanjiro stood up and rushed towards the door. Muzan launched himself towards Tanjiro. Nasima throws his hand forward as fast as he can, landing flush with Muzan's face, sending him flying. How? How did you do that? Muzan calls out. Tanjiro looks back at Nasima, realizing he's glowing blue. Muzan stands up slowly, staring at Nasima. Wow. After all these years, you really did it. Nasima stares at Muzan, preparing himself. You unlocked the Avatar state. Right then, Tanjiro bursts through the door, running as fast as he can for the Buddha temple. Tanjiro runs as fast as he can for the temple, realizing that this is his key to safety. Just as he reaches the door and is about to enter, he looks behind him and he sees his master, Nasima, thrown out the door, covered in blood. Muzan yells, This Avatar state! Impressive as it is, is not even close to matching my power. Nasuma stares up at Muzan. It's too late, my old friend. Kill me now, but that boy Tanjiro is already gone. Strike me down, and it will just make him stronger. That boy will be the one to kill you. Nonsense, Muzan bellows. No mere mortal could ever kill me. Nasuma smiles lightly. You have no idea what a human is capable of. Muzan's face begins to distort itself. Shut up, he says suddenly, raising his claws out. Die. Muzan shoves his claws across Nasuma's neck, beheading him. Master, Tanjiro calls out. Muzan's red eyes flick towards Tanjiro, and he immediately launches himself towards him. Tanjiro rushes up to open the door, barely getting it open. Tanjiro turns around, realizing Muzan is mere yards away from him, and he slams the door shut, barely closing it in time. Muzan bangs on the door with his full might, but the Buddha temple could be broken by no one. Tanjiro falls to his knees, sobbing with no withdrawal. Master, Tanjiro yells while sobbing. How could you die? Suddenly, Tanjiro sees only light. He feels a hand pressed against his shoulder. It is okay, my child, Tanjiro calls out, while sobbing. Who are you? The strange figure takes a second, and releases a smile across his face. I am the Buddha. So guys, this is going to be the end to part 1 of What If Tanjiro was the Avatar. And I am officially back to YouTube. I know it's been a long time, and my life has changed extremely from the last time I made my video for the better. And now I have time to start making these videos again, and I can come back at it with my full force. And I'm so thankful for all of you guys who waited for me, and I'm really sorry for abandoning you. But I won't be gone this time, and I'm really glad to say I'm back. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, like always. And this is Demo Duo, signing off. Peace out.